Hello everyone, once again, welcome back. As per our former tutorial, we had prepared this grid. I want us to start from here and go on to the next lesson. Today we are going to learn on how to create columns and walls, and as well as slant columns and slant walls. I'll show you on how to create continuous columns that propagate or move throughout the floors. Now, at the same part here under modeling, I'll come to columns. Please don't mind this part. This part I will use it. I will use it once we come to slabs. Now here under columns, once I select columns, I'll get this prompt here. Tell you the label here. Look here, it is saying 1C1. The first one here, it means this is the first floor or first story. As you can see here, under story 1, again it's story 1. Now we are creating columns. If I create a column here, it will come below this one as a branch. Now this is 1C1 means is column under story 1, first column. This one is the point where I'm going to show you on how to create a continuous column. This shows you where is the column ending at. So the column will start from the basement, that is from story 0 to story 1. I'll show you under 3D. Here, this is the section manager. Currently, we're under a rectangular section with the breadth of 5,000 and the width of and the length of 250 mm. You can change this, and also you can also change the section. So when I select section manager, here it will show you the different types of columns that you can create. You have a rectangular, you have a circular, you have a cross-shaped, you have a T-shaped, you have a hexagon, you have L-shaped, we have a hollow column, you have an I section, a hollow circular section, and so forth. So just for normal convenience, you're just going to stick with this one. Remember, to get a square section, you just have to match these dimensions. That is the breadth as long as the length as long as the breadth. Yeah, if you match them, then you get a square section. Press OK. So if I want to get a square section, for instance, maybe it's a residential building, then I'll put here 250. Once I put 250, I have to select update so that I can pick these changes. Here, for those who have taken structural engineering, you'll know this. What's the meaning of E? This is an eccentricity. So eccentricity 1 and eccentricity 2. That is both the eccentricity in the x and y in y direction. So if you don't want to put any eccentricity, so to avoid any moments due to eccentricity, then you keep this under 0. Here, this shows you on the top side of the column and the bottom side of the column where have you inserted the column. Okay, currently it is picking this point, that is the bottom is at A and 1, where A and 1 crosses. This is A, this is 1 here, this point here, this is what is telling at the bottom. Okay, and once I'll put all columns here and generate stories, then it will show you also, show you there under here where the top is being attached. So now I'm going to place the columns here. Remember also this, if you want to put an angle, for the columns that you're going to press, you will use it here. If you want uh, to slant it at any angle. This one is just showing the way in which the column is constrained. Okay, so now I start to put the columns. I select here. Oh, sorry, just Control Z. Do that again. Didn't update the dimension. Say update. Can just change it here again. Then I say update. Okay, now it is square. It is reading here 1C1 250 by 250. Can select there, select there, select there. Or conversely, just to be quick, you can just press here, then to drag. Just a moment, you see it's pressing for you. You hold down your, you come somewhere here, you hold down your left click on your mouse and drag it to the direction, and then it will create for you columns. Now that is done. Once that is done, I will first of all close this, and in order to, currently it will, the last member which is selected is the last member that you have modeled. So in order to keep away from this one, you can select just outside, and outside any area, then it will not select this. Now we want to create a slant columns. To create a slant column, then I will select any inner column here. For instance, it is this one. I will double click by using the left button on the mouse. Once I double click, it will open its properties here. Remember, this is grid 1, this is grid B. That's why it's telling you the bottom is at B1, B2. Now I'll select this. It is bottom insertion point. I select this. Once I select this, the command will tell me pick bottom insertion point for column. After selecting that, I will select here. After selecting this point here, I'll click update. See, it will show this. So I'll do like for these three members, these all members here, then we'll go to 3D, then you'll see what will happen. So again, I close that, select this one, pick there, right, close, select this one, again here, date, close, and come here, just a moment. Okay, just I've said before, I was saying before, these columns, this here, they will be slanted. Now to show you this, remember I told you earlier, once you create columns, they will come here as a branch under columns. Now they just minimize this. I'll go to views. This is story 1, and it is on a plan view. Then I say change to 3D view. Okay, now do you see that the columns that we slanted, this is how they appear. Now they are all slanted, interconnected to these columns here. Okay, now go back to plan view, and I show you again on how to create walls. Remember, these walls are shear walls. They are not block walls or brick walls. These are shear walls. An example maybe for lift shafts or mm, uh, especially for lift shafts in a building. So again, here you put your length of your wall. This is B. If there's any eccentricity, okay, put here an eccentricity E, and the label is as the seen there. These are just the wall extensions. After drawing it, how will it be? Because you're going to draw in center to center, there are extension on the center to center areas. So to show that, maybe I'll come here to here. See, the wall will be created between two columns. Maybe again I select here, here. Okay, this is the thickness of the wall, 250. Most of times it will follow the either the width or the length of the column that you've already created. The length, you are the one who is going to propose it, because you're the one who are going to create it along here. So the same way, currently we are under this wall. Again, I can make the wall to be slanted. So in order to slant this wall, I'll come again here to the bottom insertion, and it will tell me here, pick the bottom insertion axis of the wall. So I'll pick this axis here. Once I select update to do like that. Then I'll cancel. Back again, I can do also for this one. You can select it, right click and say properties. It will bring this. Again, bottom insertion, I'll select this axis and I say update and cancel. Again, I come to view, change to 3D. See, there is your slanted wall. Okay, now back to plan view. Now in order to create a continuous column, you have to insert another story above this story here. So in order to create stories, you have to come here under stories, right click, then you say insert story. Now in terms of the buildings that you're going to design, maybe say I'll create a building with let's say just 3 stories, and then it'll ask you for inserted story height, that is the clear height between one story and another. It is automatically set into 3 meters according to the codes and also according to practice. And this I'll show you later on in the case of inserting an intermediate story. That is a story that will be between one story and another story, in case maybe you have a quarter ton in your building, so you need to have to create an intermediate story so that you can create beams that will be holding the staircase, another intermediate story. So from that, I'll press OK. To tell you this and processes will not be undone after this step. Do you want to continue? Then I say yes. So my 3 stories are here. Once you have created that, it will take you to the topmost story, that is the 3rd story. Now I have to go back to story 1 because that is where we've created uh, our members. So story 1 is here. Then I'll select this column here. Select it, right click. No, yeah, select this, right click, go to properties. Then look here. I'll change this to 3. Then I say update, then close. If I go to 3D view. Uh, Wait, sorry, go back to plan view. I will go to stories again. In order to generate members to the other stories, I have to come here and select generate story. In order to generate a story, you have to be in a story that is already populated with members. So that's why I have to go back to story one. Then I go here, stories, and then I say generate story. It will give me this prompt. So it will tell you member types to be generated are these ones. Just leave them. If you have created, you've already in story one, you've already created all the things, then they'll generate. So story one, it is there. So I want to generate story two and also story three. So you can press this and then press shift and drag so that you can generate their stories. After that, you press OK. Again, to tell that this and the previous processes will not be undone after this step. Do you want to continue? Then I say yes. So this moment it is done. Then I say close. Now, if I go to 3D, you see now, you can see here. This is story one. Look at this column: story one, story two, story three. Now let's go to that. Let's go to that column one. I think it was this one. Now let me show you something here. Under story 2, let me delete this and delete this. Then I will select this, it was column 1. I go to properties and I change this. I put here 3, then I say update. I say close. Okay, now to create a continuous column that spans from the basement to the topmost level. As I was doing before, just remove the column at the third and the second floor. Then you select this column, you right click and go to properties. Then you select this here. This is the Z is the height. So the bottom is at 0, 0. But now for the top, remember that from here to here it is 300. From the basement, from the ground floor to the first floor to story one, it is 300. From here to here 300. From here to here to 300. So we're going to take 300 plus 300. That is it is 6,000 millimeter, or it is 600 centimeters. So here I'll just type in 6,000 and then click update. Then I will close. Now, as you can see, you have a continuous column that spans from the bottom to the top. This is the kind of design that we'll be doing. So the column will be the same all throughout as you design it as a single member. But in construction, this is not the case. It's different because in construction, every story column is being constructed differently. So that's all for today, or for now. Later on, you're going to see on how to create beams and slabs, and then we'll put some slab holes. We'll do some different types of slabs. That is the rib slab or waffle slabs. and then we'll delve into slab strips. Thank you. That's all for now.